Honorable Samuel Jabanyite.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to contribute to the motion numbered 5, that this House approves the financial policy of the Government of Ghana for the year ending 31st December 2019. Mr. Speaker, in doing so, kindly permit me to quote the theme of the budget for the year. The theme reads, "A stronger economy for jobs and prosperity." This is anchored on 6 strategic pillars, namely agricultural modernization, industrialization, among others. Clearly, what this indicates is that agricultural modernization, among others, are going to be the key drivers of the economy. But, Mr. Speaker, let me reveal to you the 3 broad areas of expenditure of agriculture in the 2019 budget. In the 2019 budget, public expenditure allocated to the agricultural sector is roughly 968 million Ghana cedis, out of which compensation alone makes for 73 million thereabout. Goods and services make for 378 million, and capex is around 590 million Ghana cedis. If you look at the capex on the face value, one may be tempted to say that a lot is being pushed into this area. But what I find intriguing is that if you break the sources of funding in the capex, you realize that GOG contribution is just around 11.4. Yeah, you realize that it's just around 11.4, IGF, ABFA. But what you realize is that the development funding alone constitutes around 497 million Ghana cedis, which is about 84% of capex. And I am a bit intrigued and surprised why we should rely so much on this, because we are all in this house and we know the history behind the development partners' contribution to our budget. They have often failed us. So if you look at it broadly, what we have allotted, looking at a budget that is around 73 billion Ghana cedis, just less than 1 billion is allotted to agricultural modernization or to the agri-whole subsector. And for me, I think this is a lip service we're doing to agriculture. Again, from the highlights of the 2019 budget, based on the Ministry of Finance and the Ghana statistical data, first and second quarters of the 2018 shows that growth slowed from 4.7 and then 4.8 respectively. Mr. Speaker, just before the finance minister was in this August house to present the budget, there has been a well-researched document that has been in Ghana and that has been articulated on. And this is a research by the Northern Ghana Governance Activity, which has given reasons why agricultural productivity slowed in the first 2 quarters of 2017. And I thought 2018, and I thought the 2019, the minister would have factored these concerns. Some of the concerns raised by this research group says that there was difficulty in the registration process of the planting and food, for the planting and food program. Again, They said there were few registration and then distribution centers. They also talked about late distribution of seeds and fertilizers. Then lack of coupons in most of the districts. And then they also talked about poor quality seeds and fertilizers. And above all, political interference. And clearly, there is a publication on the 26th July 2017 that talks of a political person making a statement to this effect. And with your kind permission, I read. MCE reveals MPP people are smuggling planting for food and job fertilizers. The municipal chief executive for the Kasina Nankana Municipal Assembly.
Honourable Member, is that a research report?
It is.
Earlier referred to a research report.
Yes, but this is also a news item, and it can be verified from Joy, so it can. Yes, this is a verified news, so it can be tabled.
But what is who verified the news?
Mr. Speaker, I read. And the name is William Edum, has revealed some party people of the governing New Patriotic Party are involved in the smuggling of chemical fertilizers meant for planting for food and jobs. Mr. Speaker, if you go to paragraph 499, towards the last bit of the paragraph, the minister talked about increases in yield in both rice and soybean. And he presented astronomical figures, to which is untrue. The minister goes to say that rice production increased by 48%, and in terms of tonnage, that is from 2.7 metric tons per hectare to 4.0 metric tons, and soya beans about 150% increase. That is from one metric ton per hectare to 2.5 metric ton per hectare. Mr. Speaker, there is no any literature to give this evidence, and I want to say that it is highly hyped or over-reported. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.